Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel, Cooking with Flavor KL. Today we're gonna be making some grits and salmon croquette. That's that struggle meal right there. Look, that's what you cook. You know, you wanna stretch it out. You wanna feed a lot of people. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be cost effective, and it's gonna stretch out. So these are my ingredients for the salmon croquettes. I'm gonna use some pink Himalayan salt, some black pepper, and I have 4 cans of black top pink tuna. I'm gonna cut or use about half of this onion, half the bell pepper, two stalks of the scallions, cornmeal, all-purpose flour, and 4 large eggs. I'm gonna use it's gonna be 1 egg per can, okay? That's general rule. When I come back, we're gonna dice up the onions and bell peppers. We're gonna pick our salmon, because you know, it have bones in it, got the bloodline in it. Take that skin off, drain the liquid 95%. So, you know, that's what we're gonna be working with. When I come back, all of that stuff will be taken care of. Okay guys, so listen. So this is my salmon. As you see, it has a lot of brine in it. I'm gonna pour that off. I'll reserve a little bit, but you're not gonna need all of that. So I'll pour this off. And then what you want to do then is you want to just dump your salmon out. And now in there, they're gonna have some bones. Some folk eat the bones. I don't eat the bones. I don't want to eat the skin. I just want all salmon. So I take that stuff off. I take that little bloodline off. You see that little gray area? I mean that little red area, the bloodline. I take all that off. Right here, you can see it has a little spine in there right there. I take all that off. Because I don't want those in there when I'm eating the salmon. I just want to have all of that meat. These smaller bones, they'll disintegrate in while you're cooking it, but I still try to get them all out. So you want to get all of that stuff off of there. Now some folk eat it with the bones in there and the skin and everything else. You know, if you like that, that's fine. You can do that, but I try to just get as much of that off as possible and go with the clean meat. Okay, and you know, once we come back, I'll do the other 4 cans and I'll dice up my vegetables and we'll be ready to start cooking. Okay, so we have our scallions, onions, and bell peppers all diced up. We're gonna add those to our salmon. We're also gonna add the 4 eggs. We're gonna add a half a cup of flour and a 1/4 cup of flour and a half a cup of cornmeal. Then we're gonna add our 4 eggs. And we'll mix that up. Add in our cornmeal and our flour. Oops. I'm adding in about half of each one of those. I eyeball it. You know, you want to get it to a nice kind of thick consistency, but not overly thick. Okay. Yeah, some more corn flour. More cornmeal in there. Now, what that cornmeal does, that's some self-rising cornmeal, so that's gonna rise up some. But also that flour's in there to help keep it together. It help when we form our patties so they don't fall apart. So, you know, that's the consistency you're looking for right there. You hear the moisture, but it's not overly moist, then that's about it right there. So now we're gonna add our seasoning. We got it to the right consistency. You know, there's gonna be seasoned to taste. So I'll say I'm doing about a half a teaspoon of each one of my seasonings. Half a teaspoon of black pepper, of garlic salt, of our Old Bay seasoning, of our accent. We won't put that much in there. And we'll do a pinch of our Himalayan sea salt. If you don't have Himalayan sea salt, you can use the regular iodized salt. Get those seasonings mixed in. You don't want no bland croquettes. You go in there with your grits. Okay, so that's gonna be good to go right now. So I'm gonna, okay, so we got our fire, we got our heat on about a medium high. And what you wanna do, I usually do a little tester. So, you know, I just take a little piece off, just put it in there, see how the seasoning is on it. As you can see, we put it in there, it didn't crack up or fall apart. That lets us know we got the right amount of, the right mixture of cornmeal and flour. And we're gonna test that one out to make sure it's good, and then we'll keep frying. Okay, so now what you wanna do is, you know, I like mine golden brown, I like them crunchy. I like them a little probably past golden brown, but I like the crunch on it. I want it to still be done in the center. You wanna let these cook probably about 2 minutes per side. Where you can get the maximum crunch off it to cook through. So we're gonna let those cook, like I said, 2.5 minutes per side. About 2.5 minutes on that side. You wanna flip it over. And that's what you're looking for. You got a nice outer crust. And you let the other side cook for 2.5 minutes. We're gonna taste that one and see where our seasoning flavor is at, where our seasoning level is. And each person is gonna have a different flavor profile. So you gotta taste it and then keep seasoning. If it needs more pepper or more Old Bay or more salt, you do those to taste the flavor in it. And then that's gonna be cooked all the way through just like that. So another 2 minutes and this will be ready to taste it. Okay, so we got the taster out. We got our tester out. Hot, nice, golden brown, done throughout.
This was about 2 weeks ago when I hooped. You know, of course, I got my content. Won't he make a way out of no way? Yeah. You know, right? So they're connecting, you know, with the sermon, with the lyrics of the sermon, but they're also connecting with the note, and I know it, and I can feel when we're connected. When you're dating, you know, there's a connection. You know when there's chemistry, and hooping is not just jazz, it's not just soul, but it's a connection that the preacher has with his or her audience, and it's amazing.
Even though we didn't grow up together, he's my favorite brother.
Hey, sis.
I'm used to Gentle Giant.
What you know about Port Georgia?
Man, please, that's a classic.
You know when they say people are a rare breed? Yeah, he's that.
I'm sorry, I'll be back in a few hours.
Don't worry, Shug. You know I'm for you.
I know.
Go get the football.
That was my favorite memory. He was always for ya. This is a true story of me, Bridget Floyd, and this guy, George Perry Floyd Jr., my big brother.
And so home health care, I want to give you some words to share with our community.
Well, home health care meets you where you are, and we care for you where you call home. And we're there to provide the skilled care that you need to get you back to where you're able to do the things you used to do.
Flavor's good. Nice crunch. I think that's good. I'm gonna let my camera lady try that out. Try that.
It's pretty good.
You saying that on the camera? Okay, so we're gonna put these in. Let's see, get the thing out there, dude. You're probably gonna get about eight of these in the pan. In there, and I placed them in there clockwise so I can remember, you know, which ones need to stay in there longer. So that's how I set up my pan. I'm touching that, my hand not in the grease. I'm actually on the top of the uncooked portion of the croquette. So still not burning myself. But that's what we're looking for right there. Outstanding. Two and a half minutes per side. So keep an eye on it. I'm cooking on a medium-high heat. More closely to medium, but that's what you want to do. You want to keep your eyeballs on it and make sure, you know, a little past golden brown. Salmon croquettes are coming out of the grease right now. Nice golden, nice brown color on them. And it's gonna be some good eats. Now you can eat these with rice. You can eat them with grits, get some biscuits. But I'm going with just the toast and grits and salmon coat and some eggs I'll make, some toast. And that's it. Guys, if you're new to my channel and you like the content that you saw, go ahead and like, subscribe. Share these videos so everybody can taste the cooking with flavor experience. Man, look, I'm not gonna tell you wrong. I promise you. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your time. And don't forget to like and subscribe, okay? The comments and the below. All right? So you let me know what you like with your croquettes. Sway fish that we've seasoned and dredged it. It's gonna be dredged in this 1 cup of flour and half a cup of cornmeal. We got that fish seasoned with some Old Bay pepper and seasoning salt. And we're gonna have some creamy grits, and we're gonna have that smothered in some stewed tomatoes with some onions and bacon grease. Man, I'm talking about like this is straight Geechee. Guys, I'm telling you, you're gonna love it. Y'all ready to cook? Let's cook. Okay guys, look. First, we're gonna start off with our grits. We got 4 cups of chicken broth here. We'll bring that to a boil. And then we're gonna add in our grits and we're gonna constantly stir. The trick with grits So not have them lumpy or stuck together, man, you gotta whisk. You gotta whisk, whiskey. And that's gonna give you some nice creamy grits, okay? We also about to start on our stewed tomato mixture here. We're gonna get this grease, a little bit of grease going in the pan. We're gonna fry off our bacon, and we're gonna dredge this fish, okay? So we'll be back. Okay, guys, we're gonna go in now. We got our pan hot. You can tell it's hot because you can see the ripples in the grease. And that's what we're looking for right there. Nice little sizzle on that bacon. Under that fat. We want all this flavor to go into those tomatoes. Getting this bacon nice and browned off, it's blended on the fat. That has nothing but flavor in the pot right there, guys. Nothing but pure beef flavor. Alright guys, you gotta wipe down your stove, gotta keep everything clear, make sure it's clean. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take this bacon out. Take that out. We'll leave a couple of pieces in. And what we're gonna do is go ahead and saute our onions. Got our onions. Gonna saute those down pretty good. And then we're gonna add those tomatoes. But before we get going on that, let's up we're gonna mash up our tomatoes. So we're gonna let these cook down on low. Gonna head over to the tomatoes. All right, so you got my handy dandy potato masher, and I'm just gonna mash these up. Or you can just go in with your God-given mashers and just squeeze all that up. You don't have the potato masher. All you want to do, you want to just break all those tomatoes up, okay? Just squeeze it. Make sure you wash your hands. But yeah, we want to get that squeezed up, and now that's ready for the pot. Once we cook those onions down, we're gonna introduce these tomatoes. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and add in our tomatoes. We're gonna have those on a low heat. We're gonna add a little salt and pepper. All right, so like I said, guys, we're gonna add a little bit of seasoning to it, a little bit of pepper, a little bit of sea salt, now about a teaspoon and a half each of pepper and sea salt. And now we're gonna just let down. We're gonna let that simmer, and this is gonna be our gravy for our grits. And there ain't nothing like this kind of meal right here, guys. If you hadn't had this, trust me. We added in salt and pepper. Now we're gonna add in a little bit of basil and a little bit of parsley for colors. And we hit it with a little bit of basil. Nice earthy flavor in there. We got this on the simmer. This is simmering right now. We're gonna let this reduce, and it's gonna be ready to go on top of those grits. So we got our right now we have our chicken stock.
When No One Is Watching by Alyssa Cole. The main character is moving back home. She's going back, and she's really just noticing how the neighborhood is changing. New neighbors are moving in, old neighbors that have historically been there are moving out. And so the book takes you on this journey of the overall process of gentrification.
Some history behind that is that this has actually been going on for years, where they actually will zone people out and they will put people in a particular area and they will pay them to actually stay in this area. Like, I want you to stay in this area. You can't move here in the suburbs where I live in, but I'm going to pay you to stay over here. And once you move, the payment actually stops.
Well, for me, when I hear gentrification, I automatically think of greed, because that's really what it boils down to.
Why do you believe that so many women are going into entrepreneurship, and why did you go into it?
Because it's necessary. That's what we do. We make ways out of no ways.
For me, I had reached a certain level when I was in corporate America where I couldn't go any further.
When you look at corporate America, we're disenfranchised. We're always at the bottom of the totem pole. We're constantly having to be on and work on eggshells. That's not fulfillment for everyone.
About to boil for our grits. We'll cut on our stove. We'll cut on our. Okay, guys. So look, we got those tomatoes and onions simmering, and this is the point now you want to taste, and that's perfect. You want to make sure you don't need to add any more seasoning, or if it has your right flavor. So if it has the right flavor profile that you're looking for, that's it. So now we have our chicken broth boiling. We're gonna go ahead and add our grits. Guys, if you were ever wondering what that ratio was, it's 1.5 cup of grits to 4 cups of liquid. And that's gonna give you perfect grits every time. And you have to whisk. That's the secret, guys. Whisk, whisk, whisk. You do that, no lumpy grits. Okay, guys, we're gonna go ahead and add about 1.5 teaspoons of salt to the grits. And we're gonna now turn them on low. And then we'll cover those. Halfway through, we'll come back and add in our butter. You can add cheese at that point if you want, on whatever. Don't add sugar though. We don't do the sugar grits over here. Salt, butter, pepper. Now, if you feel like your grits might be too thick, you can always add hot water, because that continues to help the cooking process. Okay guys, so I switched the pots around. I'm gonna add about another cup of water to my grits, okay? Still gotta whisk. It's hot water, so I can get this going. Okay guys, we're gonna go ahead and add 3 tablespoons of butter, and we're gonna let those cook on low. Okay guys, look, we're back. We got our tomatoes just about ready. Our grits are getting there, and now we're gonna start frying our fish. Okay, like I said, this suede has been dredged in a flour and cornmeal mix. Get it nice and floured, and then lay it in there. And that's what you want. You want it to instantly start cooking, because that's gonna keep your flour on the fish. If it just get in there and start boiling, You want to get crispy fish like you want. So you want that grease hot. Not screaming hot where you're burning it, but nice and hot. So once that flour hits that grease, it's making that coating. I'm gonna make sure we move them around so they don't get the burn marks on the bottom. So we got big Berkeley. Keep hold that heat. We're gonna get those fish nice and hot. Okay guys, so look, we're gonna go ahead and go in for the flip on these. They're gonna cook about 3 to 4 minutes per side. You don't have to touch those if you don't want to. I got those cooking hands, so yeah, nice and cooked. Got a nice crust on it. Okay, guys, so you can see the fish is ready. It's not bubbling as violently as it was when we first put it in, and you know it's not floating because you know we're pan frying it. But if it was in a deep fryer or something like that, it would be floating. It would give you an indication that the fish is ready. And I got my handy dandy fish flipper here, man. You know, this is great right here. Helps you take care of that fish. You don't break it and throw it all over. And that's some good eats right there. Okay, guys, so look. We got our second batch going in. I had to let the grease get back up to temperature. And once you put the coat, it'll drop the temperature of the oil. So you gotta let it get back hot again, so you can get that right there. That's prime right there. You hear that? That's what you're looking for. Okay, guys. Our fish is done. Our tomatoes have, and those grits are nice and creamy as promised. But I did add a few cups of water to the grits. But it's up to you. If you like them more thick, you know, you can keep them thick. But if you want them a little bit more creamy, just add more liquid, water, milk, heavy whipping cream to thin them out, okay? All right, guys. Nothing else left to do now but taste. Okay, guys, look. Man, I've been waiting for this all day. All right, guys. We got our tomatoes in there, our onions, creamy grits, crispy fish. Man, I'm done. Look, you can do what you want to do, but whatever you do, do it with flavor. Peace.